I start by using a sedative. I use xylazine and usually give 0.06 to 0.08 cc's intramuscularly to the calves to get them sedate and not struggling with the procedures. And then next I'll use an NSAID, a long-term painkiller that'll give us pain relief for the next day. And this is a pill form, and I'll give this in a little calf pillar, a little plastic things. You can get metal, but pretty cheap little plastic ones you can get. And you really don't need to pass it all the way down in the esophagus. You really just need to get it in the back of the throat, and the calf usually has to swallow it there. So you can also do this with your fingers, but you just got to be careful about not getting crunched by those molars when you're sticking the pill in the back of the throat. The next thing I'll use is a lidocaine to deaden the nerve and give a short-term pain relief. Excuse their mothers screaming, but there's a little ridge. You can feel a little ridge right in here, a little depression on the bone, and there's a little ridge, and that nerve and travels right underneath there. And so we want to go right along this ridge line and just deposit that 5 cc's of lidocaine right along there. So 5 cc's. You kind of punch it in, and then make sure it's going smoothly. Go a little bit in, a little bit deep, and hold it off in case it's bleeding. And then that side is done. So I just shaved the hair, and to make it easier for it to heal, and after we carve out, so sometimes it's hard to see and feel, but if you shave it down and feel it, you can see this is the horn bud that we're wanting to take off. That's what grows into becoming the horn, and so we're going to take that off. So these dehorners are very nice, and you can fill them with butane, and they have a ignition, and then they can stay hot with as long as you got butane, but they always plug up, and I'd get another new one if I had enough to do, but don't have very many. So all we have to do is get this in super hot, and so instead of using the internal butane, I use these little propane fuel cylinders, and I'll just heat them up, and then I'll dehorn with that. So look how great everybody is. All calm. She's just got a tiny bit of bleeding there, but that one's clean. That one's clean. That one's clean. Look how pretty that is. Nice one. So now I'm just gonna Want to check some teats. Make sure they've only got 4 teats. You can see she's only got 4. So if we had 5, we could cut it off and it wouldn't be a problem at all. So you can see everybody's dehorned. They've all got their sedative on. They've got their short-term painkiller with the lidocaine. That was a nerve block. They've got their long-term painkiller meloxicam. That'll last them about a day. They've got their ear tags in, and I've checked them to make sure that they've only got 4 teats. And now I'm gonna let their moms back in with them. Nobody's confused about who's their daughter. So that's all that needs to be done for the dehorning. Never have a horn in the rest of their life. All is good. They haven't felt any pain. Still drunk, but now they're getting up, which is perfect timing. And she'll go over there and start sucking. You can see. Which there's no dairy calf in the US hardly that gets to nurse their mom after being dehorned. So, good deal. Not too painful.